Hi everyone, it's Louise from Made It Number 27, and today I'm not making a card. I'm going to show you like a kind of an in-progress look at my December daily album this year. This year I flipped back and forth between wanting to do a December daily album and then not wanting to do one. We had a week's holiday away early in December, and I didn't want the December daily album to be focused on that holiday. But in the end I decided to go ahead. I'm using the album that came in last year's Studio Calico December Daily kit. I actually got sent an album that had the little embossed stars upside down. So they sent me a replacement, but I kept this one because I figured if I laid enough paint over it, no one would notice. So I added chalkboard paint. It took a few coats to do it. I've done the inside cover as well, and then I've just gone over it with some chalk to give that chalkboard feel. Then I've just added a doily, some silver thread. I cut this 25 with my silhouette cameo, and I cut it from just normal white cardstock, but I cut I think 4 or 5 of them, and I've stacked them up to create something about the thickness of chipboard. And then I went ahead and heat embossed it with this light blue embossing powder from, it's a Zing one from American Crafts. And then I did the same thing with my 2014, just cut a bunch of them with the silhouette, stacked them up and silver embossed those. So that's my cover. I haven't done anything with the spine yet, that'll come later. So what I'm using as far as colours go, I'm using products from Kaisercraft, the North Pole collection, black, red, light blue, a light aqua, and silver. So I'm also adding in some bits and pieces that I had left over from last year's Studio Calico December Daily kit, but primarily I'm just trying to keep to those colours. So here's my first page. This was cut with my silhouette. This is stamped and heat embossed, and then I've taken a, this is a thicker, and I've silver heat embossed that. This is pretty much the same title page that I used last year as far as design goes. Ali Edwards this year has done the Reason Why printable, and I thought that was a great idea to put in the front of my album. I've just added a little star brad, and the story starts here at the bottom, and it just basically talks about the reason why I create this album. On the 1st of December we just had an outing with some playgroup friends, so I've just used a card from the North Pole collection, a sticker, here's a little thicker, and a punched bit of pattern paper. As far as my pocket protectors go, this album came with a bunch of pocket protectors. I've just put them in randomly, and I'm just going to make it work for each page. This is day 2. Same again, just keeping it really simple. Nothing much happened that day. I wrapped some presents, but I didn't take a picture of those, so I've used some of this present pattern paper. I did, however, take a picture of my little guy, so he's in there, and again I've just labelled the day, number 2. Day 3, again not a huge day, but I did mail out all of our cards. So before I did that, I took a photo of the pile of cards. This is a silhouette cut file, and I've just put ready to post in letter stickers, and I've made a shaker pocket from some bits and pieces, and this wood veneer, this might have even been from last year's Studio Calico kit, but I've red heat embossed that as well. This little quote from Ali Edwards I think is just darling and sums up what December Daily is, so you can download that from her blog, and I thought it'd be great to include that there. Then day 4, we, on the way home from picking up my husband from the airport, we did spot some houses done up with their Christmas lights. It was just simply a drive-by. We didn't make an evening of it. We're on our way home, but I did snap a couple of photos. They were not very good. They were just with my phone out of the car, so I printed them really small to put on one little 3x4 card, and then just wrote a little bit about it. Day 5, we headed off on our holiday. So just a picture of the two boys, because the holiday was all about having some family time, and just a little bit about that. And then of course some beach photos. This was a silhouette cut file, and I've just coloured it with spray ink, and again just added a few little embellishments. I'm trying to keep this really simple. This is also a silhouette cut file from the online store. It's meant to be a 5x7 greeting card, but I figured I could enlarge that and use it in this 6x8, and I just love that darling reindeer. Day 7 is just simply some snaps from our holiday that we took that day, and I've just simply added a couple of embellishments there with day 7. Day 8, same thing. I really didn't want this holiday away to take over this album, so it's just some pictures, and as many as I could get with my husband in them, because he spends a lot of time away from home and doesn't often get in our photos. Day 9, we were at the chocolate factory and Oliver had a hot chocolate, so I've just added, these were actually the insides of another card that I cut for another project, so I kept those letters thinking I could use them in this way. Little star Brad there, a reindeer clip, just really bits and pieces from my stash. Day 10, again just a few photos, and I've used a few bits and pieces from that North Pole collection here. And again I wanted to add a transparent piece. This is another silhouette cut file, and I've layered them up again just to make them a bit sturdy, and I've adhered them onto an old piece of Hambly transparency. And again just a couple of photos of our time away. Day 12, we didn't do much. It was getting back home, going through all the washing. Chris went back to work, so I just put in a little bit about the boys having a sleep in my bed, and a Skype conversation between my husband and my eldest son. And then this has been stitched shut because there's lots of sequins and goodies in here. I cut out some ornaments from the North Pole collection, one of the sheets of paper, and actually cut them out twice, stuck them once on one side of vellum and then again on the other side so you could really still see them, and just machine stitched the strings and then added all the little bits and pieces. So although this is vellum, you can still kind of see through it. And that's where I'm up to. I have pre-made another transparency just because I was cutting files with the silhouette anyway. Again, that's an old piece of Hambly, I think, and I've layered up a couple, I think just 2 of these just to make it a little bit more sturdy. So that's where I'm up to. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to showing you more of the album as I get through it. See you next time.